Okay, so I've like tried recording this video like 4 times now, and it keeps telling me that I don't have audio, but I want to go back and I look at it. It has audio. And by the way, hey tubies, hey, doing? I know it's dark, but like I had the light on, and I don't know, like I looked all weird, and I'm tired as it is, so I know I look tired and drained. But like when the light was on, it was like, oh my God. Like, I looked like I had been up for 14 fucking days or something. So I was like, okay, we're gonna do this with the light off. Um, just a random video. I don't know. It's been, and I guess I kind of wanted to share it with you because it's that time of year, the end of October, and it seems like it never fails. It seems like October happens in like through the whole month of October until Halloween, that things just build up and build up and build up, and like they're just crazy. Um, and you have so many epiphanies and visions and things that come to fruition, and you're like, oh my God, like this is crazy. So it's been kind of like that, but the full moon is tomorrow night and the 6th. So I think it's like all the build up of the full moon, and it's just interesting. It's interesting with all the stuff that comes out, and when it never fails to seem like when you are at your best, when you are at your most balanced and right state of mind, that your friends, your family, or your social circle, or whatever it is, your work circle, whatever it is, it seems like you are more in tune with them than ever before. And like they come to you for certain things, but you don't counsel them, and you don't play their feelings, but you listen and you try not to, um, you can't say too much, because you feel like if you say too much, then you might ruin the relationship. I don't know. It might not be like that for anybody else, but oh man, it's like totally like that for me. Um, but it's okay. Like it's interesting and it's great, and uh, it's an experience, and you live through it, and it's like a great lesson learned, and you grow from it. But holy crap, man, it's just, it never ceases to amaze me on how the cycle of the moon works, and on how the cycle of the seasons work. It's crazy. It really is. Do you feel that way? Like, do you understand where I'm coming from? Because you can you can go through the hardest times of your life and be like, fuck it, with everything. And at the same time, like, beast, because you're so overwhelmed. You're so overwhelmed. You're like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And it's like a build up, build up, build up, build up. And you have your freak out period. And then all of a sudden you're like, you know what? I'm fine. I'm good. I'm happy. You appreciate where you're at. You appreciate the people in your life. You appreciate your kids. You appreciate your family. You appreciate everything. It's great. And then all of a sudden it seems like everything around you is like crashing, and they come to you like, oh my God, like freaking out about the kind of same thing that you were freaking out about. Not always the same exact thing, but very much in sense. But they come to you like, hey, what do I do? And you're like, oh my God, I just did this. Okay, I can help you. But holy crap. Like, don't put me in the middle of it, because I don't want to have that energy stick on me. Something that I've learned, a better description of, is that when you get into, when you truly, truly get into working in with people. Not like just casually like in business or not yet, definitely not in a business sense or any sort of professional sense, but when you really truly put your energy into somebody, when somebody comes to you for help or advice or consultation. Excuse me, I got like severe heartburn. Ate some Mexican. Okay. But when somebody comes to you like with some truly, um, they really want some advice and they are coming to you for some consultation or energy, vibes, or anything like that. And then all of a sudden you're like, you know what? It's like, it's like you are, I want to say Magneto from X-Men, but it's almost like a magnetism kind of thing. It's like, okay, so, hey, hi, I'm Tiptoe Chick. I'm offering advice and I really want to help you. And then somebody's like, oh my God, like, yes, I need your advice. And you totally want to give it to them. And it's like the energy that they put out is like these little tiny metal shards, and they stick to you. So do you remember, you youngins won't remember this at all, but when me and, younger or older generations, excuse me, when older generations were younger, we had like these face things that you would buy like a piece of plastic and it would have a bunch of magnetic shards in the bottom of it, and then like you can take this little piece of plastic that had a magnet on the end of it, and then like you could take that magnet and make like mustaches and beards and eyebrows and all that. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, so that right there. Okay, so that is like what I'm talking about when you go to help somebody and they protrude their energy. So when you're at your prime and you're at like your moment when you're strong and you're like, hey, I want to help this person. Hey, tell me, vent to me, tell me all your problems and let me, be there for you and guide you for advice. Okay, you're that piece of plastic, like you're that fucking face that's flat waiting for all those magnetic pieces to be put on your face. And then the person that comes to you like, oh yeah, I've got all these problems, and they vent to you. And you're like, oh God, my husband, my wife, my spouse, my partner, my school, my friends, and they come to you with all this stuff. It's like all those like little tiny metal shards. It is like, and they stick to your fucking face. And you're like, holy crap. I went from being bald to literally being a wolf because I'm covered in these metal shards. It's crazy how fast that works. And I don't know if that makes any sense to anybody, but God, it makes perfect sense to me. It does. And the great thing is when you're strong enough, you can have your hands as a demagnetizer, or you know, you make sure that you're strong enough to take that to where you can have your hands as a demagnetizer and you can just go and wipe it all off your face. It's so important. It really is. Yeah, just wipe your face off of it and don't allow it to bother you, because sometimes people just need to vent. And that's something that I've really learned. Not everybody can afford a counselor. Not everybody can afford to talk to somebody. And like with these kids with bullying and frustrations and this and that, it takes the right person to be able to open up and talk to them and go, hey, this is going on with my life and I'm kind of having unnatural thoughts. I don't know if they're unnatural, but they are unnatural. And I just want to talk to somebody who's not going to judge me because I'm thinking this way. Um, but that's really important. Like there's so many school shootings or threats of school shootings, and holy crap, man. Like I know that I'm to the point where my kids aren't going to be, going to public school. Like I want to homeschool them because it's nuts out there. It's nuts. We didn't have to deal with this kind of stuff when we were kids. And I'm still young. I feel still young. I feel like I'm still fresh out of high school. I'll be 35 in 9 weeks. But I still feel pretty fresh out of high school and within the times. And I know I'm not, you with the fuck tiptoe, you don't know what you're talking about. Like, I know. I'm way out of it. But we didn't have all this social media and Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and Vine. And we didn't have all this crap in my generation. We just didn't. So, and it's great that kids are able and willing to express themselves like they do, but fucking hey, people, we gotta pay attention to that kind of stuff. Like when somebody says, hey, I'm really pissed off and I wanna, put a bomb in my shoe and blow somebody up, like you gotta pay attention to that. You do. Same thing with anything else. Anything. You just do. I'm really concerned about that. I really am. And that's kind of what this whole video is about. I'm just venting. I kind of want to talk to somebody. Like my kids are in bed, my husband's in bed, and I'm sitting here hanging out. And, when you're a stay-at-home mom and your job is to literally take care of the house all day. And when you become older, the older you get, the more OCD you get. Like, I literally have to make sure all the laundry's done, all the dishes are done, everything's put away, counters are wiped down, the floor is swept, like everything. Like I'm completely OCD now. It's ridiculous. But you pay attention to everything. You watch the news and you see what's going on. It's like, oh man, it's some crazy stuff. It's not cool at all. And times have changed. So like from the first time, and it's crazy because I'm like, man, when I was first posting videos on YouTube, like it was just about like life and how different life was, and everything was just then becoming public, and I was kind of embarrassed to share what I had to share. But now it's like people are posting all kinds of shit. It's ridiculous. We went from a society where everything was private to a society where nothing is private. And I will put money on this. Vegas, come up with a bet on this. But I would put money on the fact that in, I'm gonna be 35. I'll say within 10 years. By the time I'm 45, things will revert back to where people become or want to become more private about their lives again. I really do. I think that's the way it's going to be. Everybody's worried about like the zombie apocalypse and no, the end of the world, and no, that will happen one day, but no, it's going to be a while. It's going to be more of a revert back to just like fashion. 80s is kind of coming back now. So 80s fashion, give it a little bit. The ethic and reservations before the internet will come back again. I really think that's going to happen. I really do. And you know what? If you are battling with trying to keep up with the times and stuff, don't. Be you. Do what comes natural to your heart. These skinny photoshopped biatches and, one last thing. Okay, when I was in school, middle school, high school, there were very little pretty girls. Like, physically pretty. And there were several non-pretty girls, but they had the best personalities in the world, myself included. But, we didn't have boobs. We were made fun of a bunch. We just weren't that pretty. That's not the case now. Now there are thousands of pretty girls. Middle school, elementary school, high school. The girls are gorgeous. They're naturally born gorgeous. They dress gorgeous. It's ridiculous how pretty they all are. But do you know what most of them are lacking? Personality. They have no personality whatsoever. The boys lack no work ethic. Actually, none of the kids have work ethic. None of them. None of them know what it's like to be in high school, get a job when you're 14 years old, and work and do damn good at your job. There's a few of us, there's a few of them out there that will work hard and do good in school and do their thing. But the majority out there, no, they don't. Kids nowadays have no fucking work ethic. Get off your ass. Get off your fucking phone. Have some respect. Don't think that everything has to be handed to you on a silver platter. And do your fucking job. Quit laying on the couch. Learn how to make a grilled cheese fucking sandwich. And take care of yourself. And not depend on everybody else in the entire world to do shit for you. Like, what happened? What happened? Just saying. So anyway, that's my vent. I will not continue that on because I will just go on and on and on because you know how I am. But I love you guys, and I'll see you soon. Oh, God. When you get old, wrinkles come to your face, especially when you're sleep deprived. At least my teeth are still good. I got good nails. My hands are getting old. Getting old sucks. But you know what? I am very proud of who I am, and I have no shame. And you know what? I am not a sex object. Very sexual person, very confident in myself. But I am happy to not be a sexual deviant. And any girl out there, that's what you should strive for, because men should respect you for who you are, your personality, your accomplishments, and what your soul represents. Not what you look like in clothes and makeup and how your hair is done. Period. Just saying. Love you guys.